Your dog just finished an entire meal in 11 seconds. And that's not just a cute little quirk. That is your dog swallowing air with every single gulp, literally stretching their stomach.
The medical reality here, it's pretty severe, especially if you have a deep-chested breed. Fast eating is a well-recognized risk factor for gastric dilation-volvulus. You probably know it as bloat. This is a condition that can kill a completely healthy dog in under 2 hours. So a slow feeder bowl for a dog that eats way too fast? It's honestly the cheapest insurance you'll ever buy for their stomach. The problem is, most of them just don't work. They'll either slow your dog down by a useless 4 seconds, or they just get flipped across the kitchen and used as a chew toy.
So let's look at the hard evidence. I tested the 5 most purchased slow feeders on the market using the exact same dog, the exact same volume of kibble, and a stopwatch on every single meal for 3 solid weeks. And here's what you need to know right up front. The winner is actually not that $30 imported design everybody recommends. It's a bowl that cost about $12, and it absolutely beat every premium option in this lineup. Oh, and critically, one of the top-rated bowls on this list is genuinely unsafe for flat-faced dogs. We're talking pugs, Frenchies, Boston Terriers, Shih Tzus, and almost nobody selling it is going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you exactly which one and exactly why.
To keep things objective, every bowl gets scored out of 10 on 5 pet scorecard pillars. We look at fit and comfort, durability, safety, ease of use, and value for money. After that, we issue a final letter grade with a hard reason attached, no hedging.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Budget Maze Bowl in a JASGOOD style.
You've definitely seen this one. It's that generic wide plastic disc with the swirl pattern that pops up under a dozen different brand names for around $6 to $9. Now, the honest headline here is that it does work. The wide, shallow channels mean almost any muzzle shape can navigate it, and that includes your short-faced dogs. But the real flaw is in the construction. The plastic is thin, it literally flexes when you press the setter, and after a few runs through the dishwasher, the surface hazes and scratches. And you know what scratched plastic does? It holds bacteria, which is the #1 cause of canine chin acne. Plus, it only weighs about a quarter-pound empty, meaning a 50-pound dog is just going to easily slide it, flip it, and dump the whole meal.
But the stopwatch results are clear. My test dog went from a 14-second meal to 51 seconds. That is a real, measurable improvement. If you've got a dog that just mildly rushes their food, that's going to be enough of a slowdown.
Looking at the scorecard, it earns a respectable 7 out of 10 for fit and an 8 for both ease of use and value. However, durability takes a massive hit at a 4 out of 10, which drags safety down to a 5. So we're looking at a final grade of C+. It genuinely slows the meal down, but make no mistake, this is a 6-month bowl, not a 5-year bowl, so you're probably going to end up buying it twice.
Moving on to number 4. The Dogit Go Slow Anti-Gulping Bowl.
Now this one brings up the classic trap that ruins most slow feeder purchases. This is the bowl I see recommended most often for large breeds, and it does have a legitimate engineering advantage. The base is wider than the mouth of the bowl, and it ships with a non-skid rubber ring, so your 70-pound lab isn't going to shove it into the wall. Also, the smooth interior means absolutely no kibble dust gets wedged into the corners, making it the easiest bowl on this list to hand wash. The rigid, thick-walled plastic doesn't flex at all. But there's a critical flaw that nobody ever mentions.
The slowdown is incredibly mild. My timed test showed an average meal time of just 44 seconds. To put that into perspective, that's barely a 3-time slowdown. If your dog is a true vacuum eater, this bowl simply isn't going to stop them.
So the scores really tell a story of missed potential here. It boasts an excellent 9 out of 10 for ease of use, with fit and safety pulling strong 8s. But durability sits at a 7, and value drops to a 6. That leaves us with a final grade of B-. It's a really well-built, stable, easy-to-clean bowl that unfortunately only partially solves the actual problem we're trying to fix.
At number 3, we have the Stainless Steel Specialist.
This category includes things like the Mr. Peanuts and Neater Pet style bowls, the ones with a fixed steel maze insert or a pressed steel spiral. This bowl really exists for a very specific type of dog, one with plastic allergies, contact dermatitis, chin acne, or honestly, the dog that treats plastic bowls like they're edible. It's a 10 out of 10 for durability. It can't crack, it can't be chewed, and it will absolutely outlive the dog. But here's the catch. Steel channels are narrower and way more rigid than molded plastic, so a large dog with a wide jaw is going to bump metal repeatedly. Plus, some dogs absolutely hate the sound of metal scraping against their teeth and will just back away from their meals entirely. Oh, and the slowdown performance? It's strictly mid-pack at about 48 seconds.
The numbers really highlight its specific use case. It nails a perfect 10 out of 10 for durability, backed by a solid 9 in both safety and ease of use. But fit drops to a 7 and value sits at a 6. Final grade is a B+. You're basically paying $25 to $35 solely for that indestructibility and hygiene, not for maximum slowdown capability. But hey, if your dog destroys plastic, buy this one and be done with it.
Coming in at number 2, the Northmate Green Interactive Feeder.
Now this is where the slowdown numbers get genuinely extreme. The Northmate Green literally forces the dog to nose and lick each piece of kibble out individually from between these plastic blades. For our test dog, 14 seconds became 4 minutes and 10 seconds. That's not a marketing claim, that's a stopwatch number, and absolutely nothing else on this list is even in the same category.
But listen, if you own a flat-faced dog, I need you to pay very close attention right now. Notice how those blades are stiff and vertical? A brachycephalic dog, like your pug or your Frenchie, simply does not have the muzzle length to reach between those blades safely. Forcing them to try means they're pressing an already compromised airway flat against a plastic tray while they're trying to breathe hard and eat. That is a massive safety issue. Please do not buy this for a flat-faced dog.
The scorecard definitely reflects this extreme trade-off. While it scores an 8 for durability and a 7 for safety when used by normal muzzled dogs, fit comes in at a really low 5 out of 10. Ease of use absolutely plummets to a 4, mostly because hand-scrubbing wet food out of the base of those blades is just genuinely tedious. Value is a 7, final grade is an A-. That frustrating cleaning process is basically the real cost you pay for this severe gulper solution.
And finally, at number 1, the Outward Hound Fun Feeder Slow Bowl.
So, you might be wondering, if the Northmate slows dogs down the absolute most, why isn't it number 1? Well, because best means solving the problem for the most dogs with the fewest compromises. You have likely seen this purple ridged maize bowl 1,000 times. It only costs about $12 to $15, and it beat every premium option in this test on total score. Its major advantage? Flexibility. It actually ships in 3 different sizes and 2 maize depths, the standard ridge and a shallower mini pattern. This means you can properly match the channel width to your dog's specific muzzle. That is precisely the safety and fit flexibility that the Northmate lacks.
And the performance is just fantastic. Our 14-second meal became 1 minute and 52 seconds. To put that into perspective, that is an 8 times slowdown for a product that costs less than 1 week of dog food.
The Outward Hound scorecard is completely undeniable. It sweeps the board, earning a 9 for both fit and safety, an 8 for durability and ease of use, and a perfect 10 out of 10 for value. With a final grade of A, it's the only bowl we tested to score an 8 or higher on every single pillar simultaneously.
So let's lock in the final verdict. Buy the Outward Hound Fun Feeder Slow Bowl. It really is the correct choice for the overwhelming majority of dogs out there. Now, if your dog is a severe gulper but has a normal length muzzle, go ahead and buy the Northmate Green. If your dog chews plastic or has severe allergies, buy the stainless steel feeder. And I'm going to repeat this safety warning one last time. If your dog is flat-faced, buy the Shallow Ridge Outward Hound and avoid the Northmate entirely.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final, totally free, actionable strategy to cut down on gulping. Just split your dog's daily ration into 2 or 3 smaller meals instead of one big one. A slow feeder, combined with split meals, cuts gulping way harder than either one can do on its own. If you found this explainer helpful, make sure to subscribe right now for more pet scorecard tests. Remember, every piece of gear gets scored before you spend a cent on it. So what steps will you take today to ensure your dog's next meal isn't a dangerous race against the clock?